All right, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited 303. Excuse me. I just came back from vacation. I was in nice, humid, warm, although it's warm here too, South Texas. And the humidity down there, I have not the best lungs in the world. And getting back to Colorado and our dryness here is just wreaking havoc on me. So talking's a little bit hard. I just got back yesterday. But I try to do these videos every couple weeks usually. It's been about a month maybe since our last one. And the first thing I'm showing you is a whole bunch of non-Jeep stuff. So for a yard that prides ourselves on Jeeps, there's your non-Jeep stuff. There's probably about 30 of them out here that line the back wall here. And we're kind of in a big transition right now in our yard. We have 7 acres here. We have a lower lot and an upper lot. And our upper lot usually gets reserved for a lot of customer jobs. Our side upper lot is where our tubs and frames are, if what we have as far as ones that are listed and ready to go. Customer looks like they walked in up there. We're actually closed Fridays, but since I've been gone, I was planning on working the next couple days. Anyway, so our yard transition right now, and it's a little slower than I was hoping, but essentially all this stuff that you see here, mountains of parts and containers and racking and everything, is going to get shifted over here temporarily. And then we're going to, kind of like we did over here with our non-Jeep stuff up against the hillside, this stuff's all about to get crushed. And then we truly will be. This, and just so you know, just a reference on most of this stuff, when I bought this yard in 2018, I would say 60% of the stuff you see along this hillside was part of, in the original owner, which I'm friends with now, just said, hey, sell what you can, we'll split it, beer money. Well, that's never really happened. Every time I've offered, he just said, you're a mess. So, and that's good, because I don't have a lot of motivation for that. Matter of fact, I just walked back there to look at a motor for a guy and lifted the engine hood on this Mazda and realized, I really don't want to have to pull a motor on a non-Jeep. The Jeeps are a lot easier. I've known them for 21 years, so I know how to do it really quickly, and Jerry does. And he's eager to do anything that I ask, so I appreciate that. But nonetheless, I said, you know what? The guy can buy the whole car for cheap. Again, this non-Jeep stuff. And then otherwise we'll just crush this stuff and get rid of the Jeep. So anyway, long story short, that's the whole madness on this side as far as the non-Jeep stuff go. The Jeep stuff gets shifted over here. All the Jeeps will go against that hillside. This is actually going to get fenced in, and we're going to use this as a storage facility in a sense for local tow, which will allow us to use our yard. I've learned in the past, when I was in Erie, I had this really, really small yard. It's only a quarter acre. And we were really, really good at keeping things clean because we didn't have the opportunity to just throw out things everywhere and not pay attention to it. Real estate was expensive there and it was limited. So here, I always wanted to dream to this huge yard, and here we have the exact opposite. We have this massive yard, which is awesome, but because it's so massive, everybody has a tendency just to throw things or put things in places they don't belong, pallets, and just set it out back. Well, my wife and I recently had kids, and this is on me. I'm not blaming anybody else, but we neglected when we had to. The guys held down the fort in most ways, but the one way was the inventory and organization did not. So we've neglected that side of the business, and we're really excited to get back on it. So our website is not very accurate right now. We put a lot of money in it, so we definitely are working towards that. A lot of this stuff you see on pallets out here has got homes, but because we're transitioning the yard over right now, we are just leaving it alone with pallets, and anything that's fragile, delicate is already pulled and put inside somewhere. So most of this stuff is outside the vehicle anyway, with the exceptions of a few parts. But okay, so all those racking, this is going to be a fun process, and I started in January and thought I'd be done by March. It's now May. But all of that stuff you see over there, all the racking, all the semi-trailers and yada, 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 all that's getting moved. That stuff's actually going to go up right behind our garage in our dismantling center, and our crusher is going to get moved back here. We don't crush all that much because we really do sell just about everything we have on these things, but we are going to crush the non-Jeep stuff here fairly soon. But anyway, the whole process of that is just making sure that the guys don't have to walk very far. Then there's absolutely no excuse. The part goes to the shelf. There's no reason that it should end up back here, and there will be lower space. So and then their vehicles and whatnot. So super excited for that. But anyway, I don't know if I introduced myself. Jeremy here. Jeeps Unlimited Parts Breakers. We're in Grand Junction, Colorado, 3061 Highway 50. And I have a customer walking up, so I might have to cut this a little bit shorter than I was hoping. But I do want to emphasize, I have a planned, unplanned trip coming up here to the East Coast, potentially all the way out to Maine. It's only potential as far as like if it doesn't happen, it'll happen in August. That's usually when I do this trip. So the fact that we have an opportunity, we have 4 or 5 tubs going all the way, like I said, we have right now Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Maine. And usually when I put out a little bit of a bulletin like this, people start running at the opportunity because I deliver to your door. It's kind of a white glove service. You deal with me, the owner. Now, in the in-between times, when I'm not doing those trips, we have a hotshot crew we hire. We've worked with for now 3 years. They've worked awesome. They're quick. The biggest issue we've had is just they don't like coming into Colorado in the winter because of all the regulations. It's just hard to get over the passes. So in the winter, it's almost guaranteed that I make the trip. And then in the summer, I usually hire these guys out. So that's kind of where we are right now. We have a good amount of frames in some models, not all models. We're running low on our 6-cylinder YJ frames, but I do have a couple of those left. We have a few of the 4-cylinder ones here. We have maybe 1 or 2 TJs. Those sell the fastest out of all our frames. And then we have a good, I would say, between 5 and 10 of just a variety of CJ5, CJ7 over the year. And we have a couple oddball. There's a Dodge frame over there, a Wagoneer frame over there. So, okay. If suspension parts, usually when I do these big hauls, I'll put anything you want in your tub or frame that you're ordering. But as far as just taking like a random tailgate or a coil spring or flywheel, you know, that stuff we're just going to ship you. So if you have you have something going to you already and it's a big one, you know, a tub frame, front clip, something like that, then by all means pile on and I'll be happy to drop off whatever. But if it's just little stuff, we'll just continue to do what we always do. We have Kevin as our shipping guy. He works Monday through Thursday and he ships anywhere between, I don't know, on our little days, probably 10 packages. On our big days, 60 packages a day go out. We're 99%, our yard is a shipyard, which is not something you see a lot of yards take up that task. It's you know, shipping used parts is very difficult. It's easy on the small stuff. It's cumbersome, big, heavy, and kind of a pain in the ass. But because of that, there becomes an opportunity, and that's the opportunity we've kind of gone with over the years. So little stuff we just ship to you, again, unless you're ordering something big, and then I'd be happy to take out. So if you catch this video and you happen to need, you know, you scan over a skid plate, for example, give us a call. I'll ship you one, UPS, no big deal. If you happen to be in the market for a frame, for a tub, front clip, you know, we have some roll bars I can bring out, or you can meet me along the roadway. We have some cabs, we have some Comanche stuff. I don't really haul much of the Comanche and Cherokee when I come out. I usually will contract those because they take so much of my trailer up. But we do have cabs, 2-door, 4-door. And then, and when I take about cabs, I'm talking about more of the XJ, ZJ line. They're rust-free. So if you're looking to kind of revitalize your old XJ or ZJ, definitely reach out. There's still pretty good price points on those. They're starting to go up, but not nearly as much as the CJ and YJ, TJ line of things. So, okay. And then obviously wheels, transmissions, engines, axles, and just pretty much anything you can think of for a Jeep we have. So, otherwise, I think that's it. This is a little bit different than I normally do, but Kira, my wife, is going to start pumping Craigslist ads, Facebook ads, and you'll see those pop up in areas that might be hometown. Now, we have a software that does that. We kind of put in the details, and then we put in where we want them to put, and it actually bases it on our previous sales. So any time we've ever sold a frame or a tub, you might see an ad pop up in that regional area. And we're never disguising ourselves. We always put in there where we are, our address right there at the top. But every once in a while, somebody gets a little confused and thinks that we're down the road from them. In turn, we can be, and we will be. We usually do that way, but we're not. We don't have a permanent location down the road from you. So, okay, I think that's about it. I'm going to go help these guys. Again, that's 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. And we'll catch you on the flip side. If anything I missed, questions, comments, feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot.